warm out today. The sun is out. That's the most amps I've seen coming in from my arrays yet. No fan, not even running. 2600 watts. The old Classic performs. Oh, spoke too soon. Fan just came on. It is a balmy 23 degrees in here. That's pretty warm, really, compared to 5 degrees outside. Because I bet you this thing is cranking some heat out. Oh yeah, there's heat. My mission, if I should decide to accept it, is to find some 2-gauge wire in here today. Wonder how the bald-faced hornets are doing. They're keeping warm. See, there should be some wire in here somewhere. It's in the big wire box. There's the big wire box. Let's see, 2-gauge. Nope. Maybe. I'll have to measure that. Look, it's got terminals on it already. How good is that? What's this stuff? This looks pretty big. Putting it inside where it's warm and try to read it. Looks like maybe only 2-gauge, but there's some big stuff hanging in the bottom. Now let's go inside and check this out where it's warmer. Why is the part you want to read always under the tape? You ever notice that? Hooray, it's 2-gauge. Look at this. 3 different colors of 2-gauge. Now we'll just let it get above 0 degrees Fahrenheit. It's so cold you could almost get frostbite just holding it. We'll warm it up and then we'll put some connectors on it. Here's the stash of connectors. These might work. Looks like I got a few of them in stock. These are very cold too. I love it. Look how many watts are coming in. That's pretty cool. My PV is probably doing close to its rating. Anyway, I'm looking to see if I have the right connectors. Oh, too small. I could drill it out. Just a little bit too small. These two, one of them's going to go on here. Positive, battery positive, it's going to come from here. And then go to here. And the battery negative, it's going to come from here. And go to here. Battery negative from here to here. Positive from here to here. So I need to find these 2 terminals. And I might have some. Either that. I don't have to, I could drill these out just a little bit. Okay, now I just have to figure out how to actually make the wire fit. I guess I'm going to come up to this back hole. I have this, I found. I don't have any conduit. This is 1 inch. It fits in there. And on this box, there's no 1 inch. It goes a lot bigger. See? And there's no way I could drill it out. I don't think I can get a drill in there. Underneath here is not enough room. And no other 1-inch holes. Well, maybe this one, but it's like on the wrong side of the box. So probably just punch this one out. And the wire's going to come from here, from the back here. Hope if I had a tripod, it's going to come from the back here. And ream off some of this stuff just to make it smooth, the burr. Some detail, probably don't need to do, but what the heck. There's still a little piece in there. The bolt won't care. If it's got a little burr on it, I guess it's a habit from plumbing. Deburr, copper. Anyway, I marked these. I marked these when I trial fit them. I put a couple marks on the, there we go, a couple black marks on the wire, so I would know the position of this, which flat part should be pointing where, so I don't have to fight and try to twist this around when I crimp it on. Smart, eh? This is my cheap Harbor Freight hydraulic crimper, which will do the job, and I usually find I have to go a size bigger on these dies than what they said. Like this one says 0, but when you try it on there, you'll see it's about the right size going bigger. Otherwise it burrs it out on the side too much. And I have one I made bigger than came with the set. I just drilled out a small one because it said 14 gauge. Who would use this big giant crimper for 14 gauge? So I put it on a drill press and drilled it out. So sometimes I start with the, well, that's too big, but sometimes I start with the bigger one and then go down in size. So I will figure out which ones I need and then get crimping. First I have to get this end done. I got these big snippers. They come in handy. Looks like I paid $4 for them at a garage sale. They're kind of worn out, but they still work. It was worth the $4 for this big wire. Didn't nick it up too bad. It's gonna go like this. So this, I made my mark on there. Get it in frame here. I made my mark, so it's gonna be about like that. There we go. It's crimping. There goes the sun. At least the sun was out today. All day too. In case you're wondering, it warmed up in here pretty nicely. 43 in here. So well above freezing. And I forgot we started out with 12 degrees. So this is a fairly big space. For this one 240 volt, I think it's 2000 watt baseboard, goes all the way over there. So it did the job today. Made some heat. Okay, I made the cables here, and I'm gonna hook it up on the Hawkes Bay first. And this stuff I'll do later when I can shut down the system. So I want to finish up all the Hawkes Bay stuff. Well, there's no power to it, which makes sense, I guess. So these are going to go in here if I planned it right. Did I plan it right? These are supposed to be in the right position. And that one doesn't seem to be. But we can fix that. This one's supposed to go in here. I drilled it out big enough, did I? Yes, I did. I checked it. I'm not a professional electrician, so. There. That one on that one. But yeah, doing this stuff gives me a lot of respect for YouTubers, because it's such a pain to set up camera angles and move your junk out of the way for the tripod and all the other things. Try to set up the frame. Those good YouTubers deserve every penny they get. Let's see if I can make the negative fit on it. It's a wrestling match. It's kind of right, but these players are going to help make it more right. There we go. It's probably about as much as I'm going to do today, unless I hook up these wires up top here. If I make these connections, I guess I could do that if I want to wrestle them around while it's still light out. Doesn't get too cold in here. All these wires are still sort of pliable. If my camera wasn't right in the way. These are away. Here's another one. Now for big wires. Takes a little bit of wrestling. There we go. See nothing to it, but there is something to it. These are open or not. I don't know. Of course, I'll torque that later to the proper torque. Maybe. They had torque done. Torque thingy. I'll get it later. Just snug them up for now. There it goes. And we got the PV plus. PV plus there, and PV negative here. I don't know where the metal is, I don't want to touch the ferrule, the plastic on the ferrules in there. It's hard to see. I'll check it later, closer, but I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I made some progress. I guess all I have to do is get the PV hooked up on it and be ready to go. No, gotta get these hooked up too. I think my plan is good. If anybody sees anything I messed up on, feel free to comment.
Here's the command center. 48 amps in the 48 volt system. This is 24 volt system. Lithium batteries are sucking it in. Should be diversion on one of these. That's putting power on the 24 volt system into the heater. It doesn't show up. And this shows the 24 volt system. I mean the 48 volt system. Let's refresh it. There's where it started getting sunlight. This is each battery. 3 different batteries. Battery 1, battery 2, battery 3. There's where it started charging a little bit. Heater came on, charged up some more. Sun comes on pretty good around here. Starts rising. Imbalanced cells. You can see they split up a little bit. Look at this one. It's got 2 cells really messed up. It's showing all 16 cells in the battery pack. But then they come together here. And let's see the third battery pack. They split up here some. And then I have the differential here. It shows differential went up, way up here. I don't know the time. Might have been, I'm not sure, but it went up to 30 millivolts differential. Probably at this point here where it really split apart. And then other battery pack was up around 20. This was 25 millivolts different. Right now the battery pack 1 is 18. The one that was real bad is down to 7. And this one 13. So the way this BMS is supposed to work is that when it comes up, let's get to battery pack 2. When it comes up to 3.3 volts and above 3.3 volts and more than 20 millivolts, the balancing turns on. So maybe that was some of why it started to come back together, although it won't balance that much current. This is 11 a.m. I mean, those little resistors in the BMS aren't enough to handle, what was it getting here? At 11 a.m. it was getting 15 amps of current, so I doubt the BMS was balancing it too much, but something happened. I don't understand why they came together. So anyway, here's the SOC according to the battery packs, what they report, although it's been inaccurate in the past. The SOC goes by what the manufacturer put in the program initially, which I'm not sure it was so great. So I have here showing the rise. And if I go on the last 24 hours, when it was really cold last night, let's go 24 hours. There. So this is yesterday. Here's where I started the generator for a while, right before dark. Shut it off. And this is every time the heater in the battery compartment came on. All night long. Whoa, look at this. He's really split up here. It's a big differential here. Anyway, then it came on. This is where the sun comes up, starts charging. So what I can do is zoom in on this just to see what the differential was on that particular period. You can see the problem cells are always the same, or the ones that go real low, 7, and whichever one that is, orange, 4. I always see those ones quite a bit lower, and I'm hoping I can balance them. But anyway, the differential at that time, I can go back to here, the differential, and at that point it was 27 millivolts differential, whereas the other two, battery 1 was only 12 and this one was 20. So yeah, these batteries didn't come balanced. You get what you pay for, I guess, or a brand. And I'm going to see if I can balance them sometime and make them much better than they are. Hopefully. Here's the 24-hour voltages. It holds pretty good all night. Towards morning here, it started dropping in voltage. Still pretty high though. And then the current, you can see here, this is 0 here, so it's all, these are all below 0 till it started charging this morning. So that's a little primer on what I watch for the lithiums. But now today they should fill up pretty nicely. It's pretty sunny. And if I get that Hawkes Bay put on, all the better. Yesterday I would have filled up the batteries if I had that Hawkes Bay online. But Command Central here.